Dave Palumbo here with an RX Muscle news update. Obviously by now, most of us have heard Kobe Bryant has gone down in a helicopter crash and died along with one of his daughters, the coach of the basketball team, and another parent and teammate of the daughter. Now, I think this shocked not only the bodybuilding world, but the entire world, obviously, because Kobe was such a household name. I mean, he played for the same team, the Lakers, for 20 years almost. He has almost, innumerable records, and he's got NBA championships and MVPs. And here's a guy who's just like a household, known person, even by people who don't play basketball. And it's so shocking to see someone just disappear from this planet who has made such an emotional impact on people's lives. The only thing I could equate it to in the bodybuilding world would be like, the loss of like Franco Columbo, Rich Piana, who maybe wasn't, a Mr. Olympia, but obviously was a very huge personality, Dallas McCarver. I mean, these are guys that obviously not in the class of a Kobe Bryant in terms of, talent goes for this sport, because Kobe was the best, up there with Jordan and LeBron. But I think it made an impact on the world the way those guys' death made an impact on the bodybuilding world. And it's hard for a lot of people to, get a full grasp of what happened. I mean, I saw this footage online now. You can see of actually the helicopter spinning out of control and crashing. And it's so sad, and, it seems so unnecessary. Sometimes having a lot of money and having the ability to have helicopters and private airplanes, sometimes it's a blessing and it's a curse at the same time, because obviously, there's always the chance of these accidents happening. And we see it throughout history, rock stars and famous baseball players. I remember when I was growing up, I was a huge Yankee fan. Thurman Munson went down in an airplane crash. So this is not something that has never happened before, but it's shocking, because I think Kobe was so good at what he did. And he still had so much more to give back to this world, especially through his children. He has a newborn baby. It was really sad, and I know that a lot of people were having trouble, dealing with the emotions of it. And at first, it's almost numbing, because you can't believe it. It wasn't like Kobe was sick or got cancer or has been suffering for a long time. He was here today, he was gone tomorrow, and the legend will become even greater because he died at such a young age. But we don't really get to see all that Kobe had to give back. I was watching a video of the 50 greatest Kobe Bryant plays, and I mean, some of the shots and some of the plays he made on a basketball court are unbelievable. And at the end he said, now that I'm retired from basketball, I don't know what I'm going to do with myself.
I was born to play basketball, and I had to really work to try to figure out what comes next. And that's really, really hard, man. Really, really hard.
And it was like, he's like, I put so much into basketball. I left nothing on the table. I was the best at what I did. I worked as hard as I possibly could. And I lived my passion and my dream, something that no one ever gets to do. And I did it at the highest level I could possibly do for a very long time. It's almost like anticlimactic after that in your life. Like, what do you do to follow that up? Obviously, his kids were his legacy, but sometimes, you come onto this earth with a game plan, if you want to give the basketball analogy, and then, the game is over and you leave. And I guess Kobe, graced us with incredible moments. If you're a sports fan watching on the basketball court, and he dazzled us, he made us say, oh my God, I can't believe a human being can do what he does. And he did it at the highest level for a really long time. And he really, drew in a generation of people that maybe weren't even basketball fans, who watched basketball just to see him in action. He was that good, and he put so much effort, and his work ethic was so hard. He wasn't one of these natural guys that just, coasted on his talent. He worked as hard as he possibly could. He was the Ronnie Coleman, really, of the basketball world, if you want to look at it from that perspective. Great genetics, great instincts for the game, but also worked harder than anyone else. And I think a lot of the players out there, some great players have said it themselves, that no one outworked Kobe Bryant. No one trained harder, no one practiced harder, because this guy wanted to be the best, and he was. And he'll be remembered for a very, very long time to come. And like I said, because he's leaving this planet earlier than he should, I'm sure his legend will be greater than it ever was. It's kind of like that James Dean Kurt Cobain type of thing. You know, The Doors, also Jim Morrison. You leave us too early, it's like everything you did gets amplified 1,000 times over because we wanted more and we didn't get more, so we have to take what we have here. I just want to send a huge, huge, huge prayer out to his family, his remaining family, his wife and his kids that are left, and say that all of us here at RX Muscle, you know, send our condolences, healing energy, and anything that we could possibly do from a prayer standpoint to make this transition in your guys' life that much better. I send it out to you with open arms. We will miss you, Kobe. You will not be forgotten, however. I'm Dave Palumbo with an RX Muscle News Update.